The sport of sim racing, or e-racing, becoming wildly popular. I thought I'd give you a look at what it takes to get into the sport. It's not only serving a purpose for people that can't get to the track. With the worldwide pandemic not letting up anytime soon, this is a great way for new people to get started into the sport as well. We're going to jump right into my rig here. The first thing we're going to talk about is space. It's very important in evolving your rig and have space for your rig to grow. Also, if your family wants to have a peaceful night and all that they're going to hear is this.
To 4 right, keep left over 50, 2 right long, into 5 left.
This type of sim racing is referred to as console-based racing. Basically, I can remove the whole rig from the living room and make it an actual living room. If space was the number one thing you're going to need, a screen is number 2. This is a Vizio 75-inch display. It's a 4K display with a high refresh rate that helps automotive racing games to not blur. The larger the screen, the further away you have to sit. It's mounted on a generic, fully extendable, and adjustable mount. For extra sound, it's connected to a Vizio soundbar with the accompanying small bass woofer module. The racing I do is generated from a console. I use the Xbox One S. It's a 4K console, and you have the option to record 4K video through a 3.0 external hard drive. Almost every popular aftermarket wheel and pedal manufacturer makes an option for the Xbox One S as far as I know. Even the average player or gamer already possesses these things, a console and a screen. All you would need to do is supply yourself with a wheel, pedal, shifter, and or sequential shifter e-brake option with a rig that supports that system. As for the wheel and pedals, this is a Logitech G920 setup. I got a Black Friday special. These are usually $400, but I got it for $200. Now this can come with the shifter, which is a 6-speed shifter. It's around $70 by itself, so expect to pay that much over the bundle. The G920 wheel is a force feedback wheel. It has dual motors and it's really powerful. You even have to crank back the sensitivity in some games to make it feel like a real car, because it's going to try and rip the steering wheel out of your hand. There's very, very sensitive force centering, and it's just a great wheel, all in all. It's a leather-wrapped special Xbox wheel, and it has good paddle shifters. The pedal setup is really sturdy, and it really feels realistic. There's even modifications to make it even feel less or more realistic. The bad to the G920 is there are limitations. You are limited to just this setup unless you want to get in there and hardwire things, which you pretty much have to be good at wiring very small, minuscule objects. You're stuck with just the shifter, pedal, and wheels for the G920, but luckily there is some modifications on the aftermarket for the shifter to make it a sequential, or like I run, is an e-brake. Check out the video on that above. Next is one of the most important parts of your rig, your seat and stand combination, or just stand if you want to go with it. Stability is your number one thing when you're going for your rig. If it's not stable, you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to be accurate driving. It will take you right out of the immersive experience you've set up for yourself. There was no brand name attached with this seat, so you're not paying for someone's brand name. The seat came from a different supplier, and it's a regular generic eBay race seat that you can find. The other problem is they went sold out a long time ago. Right after I purchased them, I couldn't even find a link. I had to find a link from someone other than eBay. I'm sure if you keep checking eBay, you'll find this back in stock again. As well as a sturdy rig, you're going to want some adjustability, especially if multiple people are going to play on the same rig. The screen, soundbar, and Xbox are going to be about $1,000. Of course, you can spend more, but if you look at some used and some display items, you should be able to get that to under $1,000. And seat and stand were around $600. And you can spend more or less on that depending on if you find sales as well. After you've acquired the hardware you want, now's time for software. I play the Dirt Rally 2.0 game. It's an incredibly immersive rally simulator game developed by Codemasters in conjunction with real rally consultant drivers. In the end, it's all going to come up to what equipment you want to use, what console you want to use. You already may have some of this equipment, so putting it together might not be a big issue for you. Just remember that some of these games are going to require extra purchases inside the game for cars, extra tracks, and whatnot. Now, if you want to compete on a different level, and you're starting to get good at the game, Dirt Rally 2.0 has a plethora of different clubs and races that you can get into. Some of these events are put together by actual WRC participants, as well as makers of the game and creators of the game content. They also include prizes from the different manufacturers like Thrustmaster. You can check back with social media and Dirt Rally online to see all the different custom and RaceNet clubs that are coming up. Hope you've enjoyed this rig rundown for SVT WRC channel. Stay tuned, everyone. We've got some more sim racing coming up. Like, comment. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, and this is not a paid promotion by anyone. This is all a review by myself, true and honest. If anyone wants to sponsor this effort, get in touch with me through the YouTube page and we'll try and work something out. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.